Good morning. It is Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. And we are just leaving the house for the evening, or morning, I guess. Sunny, warm, humid morning. I got one offer so far. It was a no-tip order before I left the house. But, other than that, nothing yet. Head towards the zone. I was going to wait until I got something, but it's not that busy, so I might have to drive to an order today. So let's get this day started. Accepted our first offer of the day. It's not really good. It's $15 for 9 miles. Target pickup, stacked order. Target pickup, Casey's pickup. Casey's is a Midwestern gas station. They have pizza that's actually really good. So a lot of people order their breakfast pizza. I'm guessing that's what's in this order. I haven't seen it yet. Target order is just one pack of ramen noodles, a 5-pack of ramen noodles. So I'm guessing that's going to be the low tip part of it, but we'll see. Well, that took 3 minutes. Wish all shopping orders were that quick. Old Glory off in the distance. Sirens over to the right. Must have been an accident or something. Hope everybody's okay. It is warm already. Just after 8 o'clock, and it is probably about 80 degrees and humid. It's supposed to be 93 today, I think. High humidity. Storms tonight. Probably going to be nasty storms. Usually when you get this hot, humid weather and then storms in the afternoon around here, they're usually pretty nasty. So we'll see what happens. Another example of DoorDash being forced to pay up. Tips were relatively weak. The $5 for the Casey's, it was 2 pizzas. I guess $5 is probably a standard tip. No big deal there. The other tip was a no tip, obviously, which I had a feeling there was going to be no tip. But I also had a feeling that the base pay was going to be boosted, so it was going to make it worth my time. Although, based on principle, I hate delivering no tip orders, but whatever. At the end of the day, as long as I'm getting compensated for it somewhat correctly, can't really complain. So, $10 base pay on that, $5 tip total. But we did just receive a Grubhub, a banger, a bit of a banger. It was $12.64 for 3.8 miles for Starbucks. So, making our way up here up the road, another mile or two to Starbucks, and get this picked up and dropped off. All right, it's 9:30. I got to my hangout spot and got a Chick-fil-A order within just a couple minutes. Not even a couple minutes. It was literally seconds. Nothing great. It's, my bad. Nothing great. It is $6.40 for 4.3 miles. But it's a slow Wednesday, so that might be the best offer I get for the next little bit. So we'll go ahead and take it. No drinks, which is nice. Love orders with no drinks. Just less messy, less of a hassle. Less of my camera moving when I don't want it to. This is going to put us, let me see, let's do some quick math here. I had the $15 order, and then I just did the $12, I want to say it was $12.63 Grubhub order, so we'll say $27.63 plus $6.40, which is this order. So we're about $34. Our $40 goal by 11 is about one offer away. So that's good. Only downside to today is I have to pick up my daughter from cheerleading practice at 11. It started at 8 a.m. They go 3 hours every Wednesday. Seems and then they have tumbling every Monday night, 5 to 6 p.m. It's a pretty big commitment for middle school cheerleading. So there's a lot of girls on the team too. I thought maybe after they announced the schedule for all the practices and all that, because they're weird times, because people work, obviously. So 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. practice on a Wednesday is crazy. Just kids being able to find a way to get there, or at least get picked up. People go to work at 8 a.m., so it'd be easy to drop them off for a lot of people, but picking them up would be the issue. Nonetheless, 6:40, 4.3 miles. Let's get it dropped off. All right. Sorry about the fishing equipment in the back. I got that Chick-fil-A order dropped off. No issues at a daycare. A lot of people dropping their kids off. I don't know how people can afford that. I know it's not cheap. But anyways, so I got that dropped off, and then on the way back to my hot zone here, I got another double order stacked offer, whatever you want to call it. PetSmart and IHOP 1960 for like 11.5 miles. So PetSmart or Petco, I'm not sure which one. I need to look that up because they're on opposite sides of the street, so I need to figure out where I'm going. It's like a big litter box, and then like Jesus, ambulance scared the hell out of me. A snake cat toy of sorts, and then the other offer is the other part of the stacked order is IHOP. So I'm at a crossroads here. I need to figure out where I'm going. Yeah, I always get PetSmart and Petco mixed up because they're each in a strip mall on opposite sides of State Street here. So I always forget which one's which. They're all the same to me, but we are going this way, obviously. So we'll grab these, and they're both headed north. So by the time I get these dropped off, it'll probably be after 10 o'clock. It's 9:25 right now. I'm getting a Grubhub. Let me see what that is. I might drop this if it's good. It was not good. It was $13.10 for 15.2 miles. That is not a good offer. So it's 9:25 now. I have to pick Peyton up at 11. So by the time I drop this off, it's going to be probably this is probably going to take almost an hour. I'll have to start making my way back because it's going to take me about 15 to 20 minutes north of where her practice is. So maybe I can get one on the way back down south. In a perfect world, that would be ideal. But this is going to put me, what was that? What, 36? This is put me at $56. I just not realized that on a Wednesday at 9:30. What? And it should get good tonight because we're supposed to. I think I mentioned we're going to get storms, and it's looking like west right now, and it's looking like it's starting to get dark ahead of us. But it's not supposed to rain till like 2 o'clock. Last time I looked. But let's hope for some good storms and some good orders tonight. Also, if you're a customer, I've been wanting to bring this up. If you're a customer on DoorDash or any of these food delivery apps, don't hold off from ordering in bad weather. I used to do that before I started doing this because I felt bad. Like, I don't want to make somebody deliver in the rain. Trust me. People like me, like, we're out here because we want to be out here. Like, if it's raining and somebody's picking up your order, it's because they want to. Trust me. Like, I prefer it to be raining and I prefer it to be snowing because that's when the getting is good, generally. So please do not hesitate to order if the weather is bad because that is what we prefer. So, at least most of us. So PetSmart, here we are. Let's go grab this litter box and a snake toy. See you in a few. Alright, so it's 9:38. That was relatively quick. Found the litter box real easy, no problems. But then the toy snake was a little tricky because in the DoorDash app, it just shows the snake, but it's actually in a box. So I'm in the toy aisle looking for an actual snake just hanging on one of the hooks or whatever. But it was in a box. I was able to find it. It took like 3 or 4 minutes, but I was able to find it. So we got that picked up. Now we're just moving on down the road to IHOP. Let's go grab it. Well, this morning is actually going insanely well for a Wednesday, considering it's not even raining yet. The total for that was $19.60. No hidden tip or anything, which is fine. I mean, it was still a pretty good order. One tip for the the PetSmart order for the cat litter box and the snake toy. That was a $6 tip. I meant to screenshot it. I forgot. And then the IHOP order was a $7.25 tip. And the rest was base pay. I don't know what's that, like $6 base pay, something like that. A little more than that. But literally as I took the picture and dropped it off, I got a Grubhub order. $13.50 for 7.7 miles. That's taking me back south where I need to go to pick up my child. So that is awesome. I couldn't ask for really a better order. Shut up, Uber. So we're gonna go grab that right now. This is taking up in the northern zone where there's a little strip of restaurants. Panda Express is up there. Heading there now. Grab that. This is gonna put us at like, oh shit, I'm speeding, and then there's a cop. I wasn't paying any attention to my speed. I was only going 39 and a 30, or maybe it's a 35. I don't know. He doesn't seem interested, so that's fine. It's fine with me. So it's going to put me like $70, and it's 10:06. So this is going to be dropped off by 10:30. I actually made good time on that. I thought that was going to be closer to a 10:30 drop-off, but I zipped across town pretty easily. Making all the lights. Making this green light right here. That's good news. So yeah, let's get this picked up, and we are rolling. Well, my math isn't mathing so well today. That order, I said $70. That put me at $67.26. Close enough. Still fantastic for only being 10:26 in the AM. I could potentially take one more offer. Actually, no, I can't. She gets out at 11. I want to pick her up some lunch before I pick her up, because I don't want to do it after, because I'll be losing time on the lunch rush. So I want to make sure she has food when she gets out, and then I can pick her up and head right back out. Be back out by 10 after 11, and not have to worry about stopping for food. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. She's just going to want McDonald's or something like that probably, so we'll go grab some McDonald's for her, pick her up, and then we will continue on. All right, back at it. It's about an hour later, a little over an hour later. It is 11:36. Got my daughter picked up, got her fed, got her home. Now she's playing Roblox. This is the first order I've taken. I've received a couple of pretty good ones, but I declined them. Looking for something better. They were good, but I wasn't really feeling them. One was a stacked offer for Panera. It was Panera and a Chipotle. It was like $12.40 for 6.6 miles. Like, I wouldn't even say that's good. It's just okay. I declined that. And then I got a Chipotle order, $11 for 6.3 miles, which is also just pretty good. But it was taking me all the way downtown to the west side, and looking at the map, it looked like it was going into a bigger building. I was going to have to go in and take some elevators, find some parking. I'm not trying to do all that. See what this Grubhub is. Grubhub was $7 for 9 miles. No, thank you. Yeah, it was just a lot of hoops to jump through. So I ended up taking this one. I declined that Chipotle. I was going to the office building or whatever downtown. Took a Noodles and Company. $8.40 for 3.2 miles. With hidden tip potential, but it's like 2 entrees and some garlic bread. So I don't think it's going to be a hidden tip. Maybe it'll be an extra $1 or $2. We'll see. But still a good order, and it's keeping me right here on the strip. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. Noodles and Company. Here we come. All right. Yeah, it's on. All right. We're good. All right. I got the Noodles and Company dropped off. 8:40, 3.2 miles. Not bad. Not long after drop off, I started making my way right back to the zone. I got an Uber Eats really quick. I think it was $10.06 for 6 miles. Don't love where it's going. It does have hidden tip potential, however. Uber Eats is kind of harder to tell these days what's a hidden tip and what might not be a hidden tip. I know for the most part, Uber Eats has followed suit on DoorDash with DoorDash and made basically every base pay $2, no matter what. Every now and then you'll get a little bit of a mileage pay. I think it just depends on the distance. I'm not exactly sure how they factor that in, but for the most part, everything's $2, just like DoorDash, which is unfortunate. I'm guessing Grubhub's eventually going to resort to that too, but hopefully not. So there may be a hidden tip potential in this. That's why I took it. Part of the reason why I took it is because I was still a couple miles away from my zone, and it's just, I don't know, it made sense to take this to me. So we're taking a shortcut. I mean, I don't know if it's a shortcut, but we're kind of cutting through this residential area here to get to a different main road that'll take us to Jimmy John's. This particular Jimmy John's is on the south end of the town, and the order is actually going further south, which isn't ideal, but it'll be all right. So behind me is State Street, the main drag that I'm normally on, and then taking a right here, this will put us at Newburgh Road, which is under construction. It's normally kind of a cheat code, this road is, because nobody ever takes it. It runs east-west just like State Street. It's like maybe not even a mile south of State Street, and there's just far less traffic and far less lights. So if you're trying to get across town, it's a much better option than going State Street. But for some reason, people are just like sheep, and everybody's just like, "Ooh, State Street, gotta be on State Street, gotta take State Street to get across town because it's got the most stores and stuff on it, I guess." So I don't know. People in this town are brainwashed, think they have to take State Street to get everywhere. I, however, know all the shortcuts. Jimmy John's, here we come. Well, turned out to be a mistake. Unless there is a really good hidden tip on this, which I doubt it. I waited for that for almost 20 minutes. And the worst part about it is it had been ready for 10 minutes, but nobody told me. I told the guy I was here for Harlan, and he told the sandwich makers. They started making it. I know it was ready because I saw it when they finished it, but I didn't know if it was super busy in here, so I didn't know if that was mine or not. So I already had my eye on it. Didn't know it was mine. Waited like 10 minutes after that. Finally, I was just like, they were busy. So there's people constantly asking for their orders. Finally, I'm just like, hey, do you guys have Uber Eats for Harlan? Oh yeah, right here. This is the one I'd been looking at the whole time. Like, I'd already checked in and told them what I was there for, and just nobody followed up on it. So, I mean, I could have spoke up sooner, but I was trying not to be rude and pushy and trying not to rush them because they were hustling. But that's a bit annoying. Oh well. That's what I get for being nice, I guess. But like I said, this is heading a little bit south of town, so we'll get this dropped off. I'm sleepy. All right. So the Jimmy John's order, obviously, like I mentioned. I mean, I guess it was still worth it. I don't know. I got a Marufo's Tacos order, a local taco spot that's a local favorite. It's relatively new, and everybody loves it. It was $9.10 for 7 miles. But I was way out of my zone. So it was on the very south edge of town. So it made sense to take it because it brought me back right into the middle of my zone. So I went ahead and did that, just dropped that off, and then I quickly got this stacked order that I've complained about in recent videos. Both pickups. One is a shop and deliver. Target. Right there. See? Target. And the other is the mall, the jerk chicken place that I swore I'd never pick up from again. So I went ahead and accepted it because it's $21 for 11 miles. It's 1:02. Usually around 1 o'clock, the lunch rush kind of, I mean, it's still somewhat busy usually, but it kind of dies down, especially as far as like high paying orders. There's a lot of like $5, $6, $7 orders after 1 o'clock. So that's why I took this one. So we'll go ahead and get this done. This is going to put me at like $115, and I should be done before 2 o'clock, so we'll see. All right, well, I found out the items quickly. It's 2 bags of dog food and paper towels. That's all it is. They're in the back of the store, which is annoying, but I knew that when I accepted it. And believe me when I tell you, Target at 1 o'clock on a Wednesday is just full of in the way people. You know, the people that are just in the way, that don't need to exist. Every aisle I turn down, there's somebody just there. It's so annoying. But making our way to the checkout, I got a shitty cart that keeps pulling to the right, and I'm trying to do it one-handed. Speaking of in the way people, just taking up the whole lane. Get out of my way. Alright, let's get this done. Now here's why I'm a little skeptical. People in the fucking way. God. This order is actually going significantly further than the jerk chicken place. All these miles, I was right in front of the Target basically when I accepted this. All these miles, I gotta drive to the mall, which is the opposite direction of both customers by a few miles. And then I gotta go into the mall, pick that up. Ugh, hot, man, it's like 90 degrees and 100% humidity. But I'm gonna pick that up and then drive all the way back past this Target to do the drop-offs. And one of the drop-offs, the Target order, is the furthest one. It is on the west side. And I have a strong feeling that that's going to be the lowest tip. Man, people, jeez. Now there's a guy on an irrigation, like a weed. Oh my God. That guy was just in the way. Like, I can't get away. People just in my way, in front of me. Stop being in front of me. Oh my God. Driving me nuts. Off to the mall we go. Back at the mall. There's a Barnes & Noble's on the other side of that wall. It seems to be the best place to park. Closest access to the food court. Still a pain in the ass. But I used to park up on the top level. On the opposite side of the mall, there's a J.C. Penney. And I used to take the escalator down. But it's just too hard to find a parking spot. And then you gotta walk all the way through J.C. Penney. Can't keep my throat clear today. Back to the mall again. Alright, well, I've got both orders picked up. And it's 1:25, so it took me, I got to the car 2 minutes ago. So it took 21 minutes to get both orders. And now we'll see how long it takes to drop both orders off. First drop off is like 15 minutes away. So I'm probably going to do these and then run home for a little bit because the storms are coming. And they're supposed to be nasty. But it's only supposed to last for like an hour. My daughter's home alone, which she's mature enough for that. She can handle that part. But when it storms, she gets a little freaked out, especially like bad storms. So I'm going to go home and hang out with her for a little bit and watch the storms. And then I'm going to come right back out. So that's the plan for now. Alright, so that kind of went how I expected. I felt like that Target order was a no-tip order. As you can see from the screenshot, I'm on a brick road and it's bouncy. It's bumpy as hell, so I apologize. DoorDash covered most of that pay. I think the base pay was $16.40, and then one of the tips for the food was $5.50, which was like half the distance. So my question is, since that was the best order, if I would have just not done the Target, say I would have been able to figure out, or if I would have, dropped the Target order because I suspected that was the no-tip order. If I would have dropped that and just done the jerk chicken order, if I still would have gotten that full base pay. That's what I want to know, because it would have taken 10 to 15 minutes less time. Actually, even less than that, because I wouldn't have had to shop for the order. So, I mean, it would have half the time, at least. But, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the pay. So, I really don't care where it comes from. I mean, I don't care about the tips, as long as DoorDash is willing to cover it at a reasonable level, which to me, that's reasonable. I mean, it was almost $2 per mile still, so. Anyways, that puts us about 115 or so without actually doing the math. We're in that ballpark. Guys, here, storms are brewing. I'm heading south right now. They're coming from the southwest. So it's going to get nasty here probably in the next 20 minutes or so. I'm about 6 or 7 minutes from the house. Run home, check on the daughter, and I guess take a little break. Even though I wanted to stay out, but if it's going to be bad, which it may be, I don't want to be out in that. So we'll see in a little bit. Sitting out in front of the house now, just got home. Wait for the storms to roll in. I gotta mow. Grass is starting to get long again. But they're coming. It's just like a consistent rolling thunder right now. So I'll catch you up when it starts getting real nasty. Okay, we're back out here. I've been out here for a little bit. Haven't turned the camera on since I came back out though. I had some nice little storms. We kept our power, so that's good. Oh, I can't go this way. I'm back in this neighborhood. Well, we kept our power, so that's a good thing. Everything's calmed down, as you can tell. Good Lord. All right. So yeah, everything. There were some nice storms for sure. Some gusty winds, a lot of lightning, no hail, which is good. There were threats of hail. But it's 4:36 now. I came back out 45 minutes ago, I'd say. We're supposed to get more storms here in a couple hours. 7, 8 o'clock. Supposed to get more rain. I've done 3 offers since I came back out. I took a Taco Bell order before I left the house, just like $6.40 for 2.2 miles or something like that. Just a quick little one. I accepted that and quickly got an add-on for Popeyes, which is just like a couple buildings down. $12.40 for an additional 7 miles. Heading me far south end of town, which not the best area, but I don't know, it ended up being like a $19 for 9-mile double order. So that was good. $18, $19, something like that. Anyway, so I got that delivered. There was a couple issues with the Popeyes order. Imagine that. I got there, picked it up. They said they were out of the chicken sandwiches, which that's like the best thing there. So running out of that is no good. Like, whatever. So I issued a customer refund in the DoorDash app. And then got the Taco Bell delivered. Went and delivered the Popeyes. Customer messaged me. They were friendly. They were missing a 4-piece. I guess they ordered like a 4-piece chicken or something. So I had to contact support, get that taken care of or whatever. I hate when customers, like, I mean, they don't know. A lot of them don't know, but they text me, the driver, like, hey, I didn't get this. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, I'm already on the next order, bro. Like, you gotta contact support for that. Like, I'm sorry, it sucks. You know, the bag's sealed, stapled shut. I can't really double check your items, unfortunately. That's what sucks about being the middleman, is I just gotta assume it's all there. He's like, oh, I know it's not your fault, whatever. So I got that taken care of for him. Hopefully he got a refund, and hopefully they're sending out his chicken, because he already got a refund for the 2 chicken sandwiches, and then he didn't get one of the 4 pieces, so he only ended up getting like half his food. But what can you do? Anyways, so that happened. I made my way. I was like, there's a little suburb just south of my town, like 3 miles south of my town, like a couple thousand people, small little town. That's where that Popeyes went. So I was making my way back up north towards the actual city. Got a Pizza Hut order, 7.4 miles for, I'm sorry, let me slow down here. $7.40 for 3 miles. I just completed that. I'm on my way back now on this little highway, right back into town, the same direction I was going. Back into town. Hopefully I get another offer. I'm not in my traditional hot zone where I hang out, but this is like can be a decent little area, because it's got everything. There's 2 McDonald's, Taco Bell, Little Caesars, Arby's, Pizza Hut, Subway. There's like a grilled cheese place that's locally popular. There's a couple of other mom and pop pizza places. So that, like, there's a Dairy Queen. And there's a couple stores for shop and deliver. So there's things down here, but it's not always the busiest, and the tips aren't usually the best. But sometimes it can be good. I've been stuck down here. Well, I don't want to say stuck, but I've been down here before where I get 4 or 5 orders in a row, back to back to back, that keep me down here and ends up being profitable. So we're about a mile from the restaurants now. We'll see if we get something else before we have to actually head back to our normal zone. All right, so I finished the Pizza Hut order, and then I got a grilled cheese order from that grilled cheese place I just mentioned. That's very popular. $6.90 for like 3.3 miles. Nice little order. Kind of took me back in the direction of my zone, which is where I'm at now. And I just received an offer for Jason's Deli, $10.65 for 5.3 miles. Exactly $2 a mile, basically. So Jason's Deli, we're pulling in. Let's go grab it. Hello again. I've been failing, y'all. The last few orders, I completely forgot to even record. I'm not sure where I left off. I did the grilled cheese order, and then I came up to my spot, and I got a Jason's Deli order. I don't know if I told you about this one or not. It was like, I think I did. It was $10.60 for like 5.3 miles. Good one. I got the Jason's Deli. It wasn't ready, and I was like around the corner from Jason's Deli. I wasn't ready, and then I had that was a DoorDash order. I had an Uber Eats come in, $14.64 for 7 miles. So since the Jason's Deli wasn't ready, and it didn't look like it was really close to being ready, I opted just to drop Jason's Deli and go pick up the $14 order on Uber Eats, which was a ramen order. I ended up having to wait for that anyway, like 7 or 8 minutes, but not a huge deal. So I got that one delivered. It was east of town a few miles, so it took me out of town. As I was making my way back into town, I got a Chick-fil-A order, which was $11.44 for 4.1 miles. Took care of that, obviously. Nice order there. And then I got a juicy one, which was a red flag, but I accepted it because I was right next to the restaurant. An Outback, it was $13.49 for 1.8 miles. Now, red flag because it sounds like it might be a stolen order because that dollar to mile ratio was way too high for it to be a regular order. Sure enough, it was stolen. But I was like the fourth dasher that came in, or driver, since it was Uber Eats. I guess I technically wasn't a dasher at that point. They said they'd remake it for me if I was willing to wait. I was like, $13.50 for a mile? Absolutely, I'll wait. It took like 10 minutes. So they went ahead and remade that. Got a cop pull up next to me. Oh boy, I'm getting arrested. No, I'm just kidding. So that put me about, I think I'm at like $190 right now. Just got this Taco Bell order. It's going to be the last one of the night. It is $7.50 for 3.5 miles going right back towards my house. So that'll put me close enough to $200 where I'm going to call it a night. Part of the reason I'm going to call it a night is that is west. And that is coming this way. Like I said earlier in the video, got more storms coming, so I'm going to get home and get out of Dodge before it starts raining. So here, I don't know if you can really see it. You can see fishing stuff. I know that much. Let's go grab it. Okay, sorry about this camera angle. I know it sucks, but I really don't want to fiddle with this phone holder while I'm driving. So I'm going to call that a day. Ended off just like a mile down the road from my house. Finished off like $198 on a Wednesday. That is superb. Made it home before the rain, so that's good. I can see it coming behind me, basically. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, like, subscribe, comment. Do all the things that interact with my videos to make them more popular, please. That's all I ask. I appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully you're getting some value out of this content. I will be back on a full shift tomorrow, which is Thursday. Friday, I have to take my child to the eye doctor in the Chicago suburbs. Maybe I'll make a little video about that. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. So yeah, that's going to do it. Like I said, thank you for watching. And we will see you mañana. That's tomorrow in Spanish. On Uber Eats, made $50 today. $26 in tips. 50.18 earnings activity. $10.02. Thank you for that. A $2 tip. That's the order that got stolen. That was like the fourth driver to pick up. That explains why it got stolen. Only a $2 tip. Ramen. $9.38 tip. $5.56 tip. Grubhub, $26.23 today. Just did the 2 orders. I think it was 2. $20 in tips, $5 delivery pay.